Hi everyone, it's Mackenzie. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a Google form. The reason that you would want to have a Google form is, let's say you did a read aloud during your live class meeting and you wanted to see if your students not only were paying attention, but also if they caught on to the concepts that you were teaching. So you're going to want to make sure that you're in your drive, your Google Drive. You're going to come up to the top left corner where it says New with this colorful plus sign. You're going to come down to where it says More, and then you're going to click on Google Forms. So it's automatically going to create this blank form for you. It's going to have a place for you to put a title and to begin putting in questions. So I want to name this read aloud question. So all I did was just click on the title and I can start typing in read aloud questions. Okay? So now it already has the space for me to type in my first question. So what we do on our third grade team is we share Google Forms. So we like to make sure the first question that students are answering is, which class are you in? So which class are you in? And this is where we would put the multiple choice as our third grade teachers' names. And so if you're done with that one, you can just click enter, or you can click on the next one. Enter, enter, and so now I'm done creating my first question. So this is just going to be an identifying question. This is not going to be a graded question. So this just tells me, which class are you in? Now, if you're ready to create your next question, you come to this little sidebar right here and you're going to click on add question. And you can see there's many things that you can do right here. You can add a question, you can import questions, add title and description, add an image, add a video, or add a section. So we're just going to add a question. The next question that we use to identify our students is your first name. And you can see that with the Google Form technology, they already know that if you're asking for someone's first name, you want it to be a short answer. So they've already selected that as a short answer instead of multiple choice, which you see up here. Then I'm going to come and add a second question. We want them to put in their last name. And again, it already sees that you want it to be a short answer. So now I'm going to come to another identifying question, is today's date. And the Google Form technology likes to select the calendar for them to select the date. However, I just like for them to type it in, so I always change this one to short answer. All right, now it's actually time to start typing in the questions for your Google form for your students to answer for a grade. So I'm going to come into add question, and I'm going to put number 1. Always number the questions that are going to be graded. You don't have to number all the identifiers, which were above what we just did, but you always want to put a number for each question. So number 1 is, who was the main character? So now I'm going to click on option 1, and let's say the characters to choose from are Bob, Ivan, Sally, and Edna. I don't know. I'm just totally making this up. I don't have a book in mind, but then I would come to add another question. What was the setting? And I could do it this way, where I could add the park, school, the cafeteria, and let's say in a house. So I could leave this as a multiple choice question. However, if I wanted them to describe the setting, I would want to change this to describe the setting, and I would want it to be a paragraph question. However, just for the sake of easy grading, I am going to leave it as a multiple choice question. And I'm going to put it back in and see if I can remember what I put. The park, school, cafeteria, and I think my last one was a house. Okay, then I can go in, add another question. So I can put number 3. I could say, oh, I just noticed something. I put describe up here, but I want it to say what was the setting. Sorry about that. Let's go back to number 3. Number 3 could be what was the problem? Again, multiple choice. I could say, I don't know, didn't know what to do, was, or had stage fright, couldn't find her sneaker. And you could really just, whatever it is, whatever the read aloud that you did was, you could do that. And you don't have to always have 4 options. You can leave it at 3. So I can't come up with a 4th option, so I'm going to leave it at 3. But I still have option 4 here for the students to select. So I don't want that, so I'm going to get rid of it. And now I just have 3 options for them to choose from. And we're going to stop it right here, but you could put as many questions on this Google form as you like to talk to you or to get feedback from your students and to see how they were doing during the live session. However, I want to show you the next step after you're done putting in all of your questions. So now you want to make it cute. So you would come up here to this little art palette to where it says customize theme. So I'm going to come up here to customize theme, and I want to choose an image to put at the top of it. And since this was a read aloud, I'm just going to click on this book. But you could literally go through all of these really cute themes that they have, illustrations, birthday, food and dining. But I'm going to go back to work and school, and I'm going to click on this book, and I'm going to click on insert. And it goes ahead and selects colors that go along well with the image that you selected. However, you don't have to choose these colors that they have pre-selected for you. You can click on this plus sign right here and select your own custom color. So I really like this blue color, so I'm going to click on that and then click add. And then I want the background to be a little bit darker, so I'm going to choose the background color as this. Or you could leave it as white, or you could put it back to the original, but I want it to be darker. Then the last thing to make it cute is to select your font style. So the 2 styles that I like to stick with are basic, which is what is already there, and playful. Now, the reason I try to stick away from decorative and formal is because our younger students might not be able to see it that well, and this decorative is very, it's very cursive. It's hard for our younger students to read. And then the last step for creating your Google form is to make sure that it has a title so that you'll be able to easily find it in your Google Drive. So to set the title, oops, I just noticed something. I want it to be basic. All right. To set your title, you just click up here and where it says Untitled Form, and it already will set it as the title that you put on the actual form. So that's how you make the Google form. But if you want to be able to collect the student responses, you have to create a spreadsheet to go with it. And the spreadsheet will just lay everything out so that you can see all of your students' responses on one page. So you're going to come over here to Responses, and you're going to click on this little icon that says Create Spreadsheet. So you're going to click on it, create a new spreadsheet, and you can see it already has the title from the form, except it adds responses to the end of the title. And then you're going to click Create. So when you click on that Create Spreadsheet button, it takes you to the spreadsheet, and you can see that it's like an Excel spreadsheet for you to see the timestamp of when they took it, their identifying responses, and then their graded responses. Then if I wanted to share this within It's Learning, I would want to make sure that I click back on questions. And remember, if I take this URL and I link it on my It's Learning page, my students are going to be able to go in and make edits to the editable version. So you do not want to ever share a Google form using this top URL. You have to come over here to where it says send. you click on the link icon and you click copy. And now I have that link copied to my clipboard and ready for me to insert it into It's Learning however I want them to get to it. So if I wanted to put it on a page, I can put it on a page. Now, stay tuned because I'm going to show you in the next video how to set up Flubarrow to enable automatic grading.